Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Adidas FreeFootball Boost Indoors in the brand new Solar Red colorway. Now inside the box, all you get are the shoes themselves. They do not come with any extras. So let me get these guys out of the box really quickly, and we'll take a closer look at this very interesting indoor model from Adidas, featuring their signature Boost foam technology as a cushioning system. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the colorway. I'm going to be sharing my opinions on the overall performance. We're going to talk tech specs as well as take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around for the entire video. And if you're perhaps interested in a pair of these for yourself, check out the review page on my website. It'll be the very first link in the description of this video. On that review page, you will find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes that'll actually allow you to pick these up below their normal retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair for yourself, first link down below in the description, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's talk about the colorway. Now this one obviously is solar red in color and is released alongside the new F50 Adizero, also in solar red. And because it released alongside this shoe, Adidas incorporated some extra elements to the colorway that you won't find on the ones prior to this. Now obviously the upper is all solar red, which online looks very red, but in person definitely looks a lot more orange, especially on this particular shoe. Unlike the F50 Adizero, as you guys can see, you don't have the black and other metallic accents to the solar red, so it definitely looks much more like a solid orange as opposed to more of a reddish orange, if that makes any sense. So if you were expecting these to be red, they're not. They're definitely more of a bright orange in person. With that being said, on the synthetic leather area of the shoe, instead of being left completely smooth, you can see they've incorporated a clear coat pattern on there in the form of the ghost print or the snakeskin-like pattern, which I think looks really cool. It's a little detail that I did not notice on the shoe until I actually had it in my hands. You don't really see it in the online photos all that well. You do have it in the tongue as well. And then of course the rest of the shoe, the fused on Adidas stripes as well as the mesh area, is all solar red orange in color as well. You're going to notice that the laces appear to be very similar to what you're going to find on the F50. These are solar red in color with little gray strips, but actually on the FreeFootball model, you're going to have solar red laces with a slightly darker gray strip, and these strips are actually reflective 3M material, which is a nice little accent and something that I'm surprised was not actually on the F50 Adizero. The heel liner, as you guys can see, is mimicked on the FreeFootball as well to match the F50, so they feature the exact same pattern. Obviously the shape is a little bit different, but it's a smooth synthetic leather material with the chrome and orange kind of snakeskin like graphic. You have your Boost branding right there in silver. The top line of the midsole is solar red orange. The Boost foam is always white in color. The color of that never changes. And then of course the border around the edge is black, with the bottom of the sole being a kind of light gray color, but it has a bit of sparkle to it. Hopefully you guys can see that. A little interesting detail that, again, you wouldn't really see in the online stock photos. But that's pretty much it as far as the colorway is concerned. If you're looking for a bright pair of indoors, these will certainly do that for you. Plus, it's a pretty good looking shoe, so you could even wear them casually if you wanted to. But let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. As far as performance is concerned, the FreeFootball Boost is a nice change of pace in my opinion. Most indoor shoes nowadays are trending towards being very low profile, as thin as possible, and as lightweight as possible, and Adidas has essentially done the opposite with this particular shoe. Now, starting off with the upper, I can't say that I'm crazy about it. It features a combination of what they call leather-like synthetic at the front portion of the shoe. It's all the area here that is solid in color, with of course that snakeskin graphic. It runs through the tongue, the sides of the laces, and the entire forefoot toe box area. It is a decent synthetic material. It's soft enough. It feels pretty good on feet, and it does provide a somewhat leather-like touch on the ball. With that being said, it certainly doesn't ooze quality, especially considering that this shoe does retail for $110, which is pretty pricey for an indoor shoe. If you consider that you can get a Copa Indoor from Adidas for $95 US, and that features a 100% high quality, extremely soft kangaroo leather upper for $110, I would expect something somewhat similar, and that's just not what they've given us here with the FreeFootball Boost. Again, the synthetic leather they've used here is not terrible, but it certainly doesn't come across as ultra premium. especially in comparison to other shoes in the same price range from other brands, as well as Adidas themselves. So that is, if there is a major disappointment about this shoe, it definitely is the synthetic leather upper. With that being said, you do have extra layers of material fused on top here in the high wear zones around the forefoot and toe box area to enhance the overall durability. So this is one of those indoor shoes that you can wear indoors, and you can also wear for street soccer, and it will hold up extremely well. From the forefoot back, you're going to find that the shoe is mostly made from a fairly tough mesh material with, of course, synthetic overlays for reinforcement and, of course, for visual styling. This overlay in the heel doesn't really need to be there, but it certainly does look pretty cool. Central lacing system, as you guys can see, the heel liner material is a smooth synthetic leather material, and there is a decent amount of padding there, so step-in comfort is not an issue whatsoever. The insole is, for some reason, non-removable, which, again, is not necessarily a feature that you would expect from a shoe that retails for $110 US. Normally, when you get into higher end shoes, and this would be considered a top end model from Adidas, the insole is normally removable, and that is not the case here with the FreeFootball Boost. It's not a deal breaker, but it is a little bit of a disappointment. Now, as far as the midsole is concerned, this is the main reason why you would buy this shoe. Again, not everybody is a huge fan of super minimal, very low profile indoor shoes, and that's exactly what this shoe is not. You can see the midsole itself is thicker as it is, but what's unique about it is Adidas's implementation of Boost foam, which essentially runs from here all the way to the heel. Now, Boost foam is a special foam material that Adidas has developed. They're the only company with it that truly is a game changer in terms of the type of cushioning that it provides. Instead of being a foam, it's actually made from a type of plastic. These little pellets that they fuse together kind of looks like styrofoam, but I can assure you that it isn't, where each of these pellets is very, very dense, and it stores energy. When they're compressed, they bounce back very quickly. Instead of being a giant chunk, you have a bunch of little pellets that make up the entire midsole, so it absorbs and returns energy much more efficiently than a standard foam cushioning system would, where normally it would compress and take a little while to kind of expand back into its original shape, whereas this bounces back immediately. It's not affected by weather, it's not affected by temperature, it doesn't really wear at all. It's extremely durable, and it has that same sensation from the first mile to the 100th mile from when you're wearing these things. It really is impressive and does feel different from any other foam cushioning system out there. With that being said, it's not super different in comparison to other shoes, I guess is the best way of putting it. It's got lots of underfoot cushioning, which is really, really nice. You get plenty of impact protection, which is, if that's what you're looking for, this is a great model. You have a top layer of foam that kind of acts as a carrier, a stabilization layer for the shoe itself, so it's not going to feel mushy while they're on your feet. And then underneath that stabilization layer of foam, that's where you find the Boost, which, like I said, really does a good job of providing that somewhat bouncy, responsive sensation where your feet don't feel like they're clunking against the ground. You're kind of smoothly touching the ground and then bouncing back. So there's a nice energy return, and like I said, lots of impact protection under your feet. As far as the outsole is concerned, it's obviously an indoor shoe. You can also use it as a street soccer shoe. The rubber they've implemented is very, very rugged, so it definitely will hold up on concrete and stuff like that. And as far as using them on indoor courts, obviously there's not a lot of traction here. They're kind of just relying on the quality of the rubber, and it's a fairly hard rubber, but at the same time it's pretty sticky as well. So as long as the floor isn't overly dusty, I found that it actually does grip quite well on regular indoor courts, but definitely is best suited for concrete just based on my experience with this shoe. And like I said, it does hold up quite well too. So really no major complaints regarding the midsole down on this shoe. It's just the upper portion that I'm not overly sold on. It certainly isn't bad, but for $110, I was expecting a little bit more. With that being said, if you are looking for the best cushioning you can get from any indoor soccer shoe, this is definitely it. Nothing even comes close in my opinion. And overall, just a great indoor shoe if you're looking for something that isn't overly minimal and is going to provide some really, really solid impact protection. As far as weight is concerned, because this definitely does have more of a beefier construction in comparison to a lot of other thin, low profile indoor shoes, they definitely aren't going to be as light, which we're going to see right now using this scale in real time. Now keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US, We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 10.15 ounces, which certainly isn't light, but it definitely isn't heavy either. For the sake of people who want to see it in grams, 288 grams, that is what these things weigh. And like I said, they're not going to provide a lightweight feel, they're not going to provide a minimal feel on your feet, but that's not what this shoe is trying to provide in the first place. If you're looking for something that's going to feel comfortable, feel solid, and provide plenty of impact protection at 10 ounces, there really isn't much to complain about here regarding the weight of the FreeFootball Boost, and it really shouldn't deter you as far as your decision is concerned if you were planning on getting a pair of these. Alright, so here's a look at the FreeFootball Boosts on feet. On my left foot I have the stock laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot I have a pair of yet to be released metallic silver reflective SR4U replacement laces. I'm hoping to have this particular colorway variation available sometime around the end of March, early April, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you are interested in picking up a pair of replacement SR4U laces, check out the website sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked down below in the description of this video. I thought the silver looks good with the other subtle silver accents on this particular shoe. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, obviously the underfoot cushioning is the highlight. They're very comfortable. They're relatively low to the ground despite how they may look, but the amount of impact protection that you get, especially in the heel, is very, very noticeable and significantly better than most other indoor shoes out there on the market. If you want that kind of running shoe feel, that running shoe amount of cushioning without the running shoe thickness or bulk to the sole, obviously in the form of an indoor soccer shoe or street soccer shoe, the FreeFootball Boost is definitely the way to go, and the Boost foam cushioning definitely does deliver in terms of providing that impact protection. Is it as noticeable feeling as, say, a pair of Pure Boost or even the other Energy Boost runners on offer from Adidas? No, and that's because you're not sitting directly on top of the Boost foam, but you get that impact protection, you get that cushioning while still maintaining a good amount of stability, which obviously is very important in a shoe that you're going to be running, making quick changes of directions in, and just you need that stability from a soccer shoe in general that you get from this shoe with the added benefit of the cushioning. As far as the fit of the upper is concerned, they fit pretty nicely, they are comfortable. The synthetic material is relatively soft and flexible from right out of the box, but does break in nicely after a couple hours of wear time and become that much softer. Central lacing system allows for a nice secure fit inside of the shoe. No issues with stability or anything like that. No issues with rollover. And as far as width goes, they're going to be suitable for most people. It's not an overly wide shoe, but it isn't a narrow shoe either. Like I said, they will fit most people quite comfortably, but keep in mind that you won't get much stretch out of the upper. The way they fit from right out of the box is the way they'll fit for the majority of their lifespan. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Adidas FreeFootball Boost Indoors. Really big fan of this shoe overall. I think it's pretty good looking. I'm a huge fan of the Boost foam cushioning system. I think they couldn't have implemented it better in the form of a soccer shoe, but that's not to say that there isn't room for improvement. I'm still not crazy about the upper, not to say that it's bad, but I don't think it's as good as it should be considering the $110 price tag of these things. But nonetheless, if you like what you hear, if you're interested in Boost form, or you just need a pair of indoor or street soccer shoes that's not only going to be durable, but also provide really good impact protection, something you won't find from a lot of indoor shoes nowadays, this is definitely a very, very solid buy from Adidas. So if you guys are interested in more information on this particular shoe, check out the review page on my website. You will find the high quality images of this shoe that I took myself that'll give you a better idea as to some of the close-up details that you won't see in the online stock photos. And you'll also find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $110 retail price. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Again, first link down below in the description. If you have any questions regarding this shoe or questions in general, leave them down below in the comment section. Definitely will get an answer out to you. And leave your suggestions down below in the comments as well. Take a look at all of those all the time. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.